So it took me a really long while to find the snippet. I mean, it is so hard to find within like a 2.5 hour video, but I finally found it. So basically, they were talking about how they were putting up their hands for Donald Trump, right? If he was nominated as the party's choice. And let's just watch it, and then I'll talk more about it.
The elephant not in the room.
Former President Trump has been indicted in 4 different states on 91 counts. He will be processed tomorrow in Georgia at the Fulton County Jail for charges relating to the 2020 election loss.
You all signed a pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee. If former President Trump is convicted in a court of law, would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise your hand if you would. Just hold on. So just to be clear, Governor Christie, you were kind of late.
All right, so now that we're done with that video, I want to go back to this section. You see all of these guys here, right? This guy, here is Mike Pence, this guy, her. They're all like some sort of Senate members. They're basically politicians, right? And they've been in the system for many years now. You've seen them multiple times. You know, they are part of something, okay? And basically, at the beginning of this video, what happens is it talks about how they sign a pledge, right, to support whatever happens in the end. And you would think these people that've been there for so many years would understand a basic document over the past 20 years or so, right? I mean, a document that has been repeated over and over again. Will you support the thing, right? And they signed it, and, you know, it's funny how the only person, right, that puts up their hand first, right, is the guy that basically isn't a politician, right? He runs a business, and basically, you know, he hasn't been there for many years, but he understood the document. It's almost like these other people can't read English, right? And it's funny. I can't see her eyes, but you think that if I slowly do this, you see, right? Her hand goes up slowly. But let me just go back here, right? Once they asked this question, he was already about to put up his hand right away. Except everybody was like, didn't say anything, so he didn't do anything. But you see this movement here, right here, right? Well, actually, it goes into that thing. But anyways, he's first, and then she goes, which is funny, right? So he puts up his hands first. He doesn't look anywhere. He's just like, all right, so I'm just going to answer this question. She sees something moving, right? She sees something moving here because look at her. She's tilted this way a bit. She sees something moving. So she goes. And this guy, right? She sees something moving here. Something moved already. And then she starts moving. He's like, ah, shoot, I better start moving too. Because obviously I understand English, right? Unfortunately, and this guy, you know, obviously he's watching, right? Look, his eyes is literally over here. This guy is over here, right? His eyes is over here. And this guy, Mike Pence, and this guy is basically like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna follow in with my pledge. I mean, it's like you sign something and you're like, nope, I don't care if I sign it. Right, look. So he's slowly putting it up, right? And if I do this slowly, you see how this goes, right? I mean, the people, and this guy turns over. He's like, oh, man, you know, maybe I should join this party, right? So he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put my hand up too, right? And then once he puts his hand up, you see Mike Pence here, another guy that signed it and should know English. Unfortunately, they don't know English. You know, you'd think that, you know, these guys, right, they would know more English, right? They're older, right? You know, you'd think they study more. This guy's is in his 30s, right? And, you know, you would think these guys with so many years of experience would figure out a document that they already signed, but now they don't want to follow through with it, right? It's quite pathetic. I mean, these are the people running to be president. I mean, and then they're all up, right? These, at least this guy in the end never puts it up, All right, this guy is the biggest clown of all because he's constantly like trashing him, right? And then in the end, he follows suit. It's like, oh yeah, he had been watching this side all along, and then he puts it up at the end. I mean, are you stupid? Like, can you not understand a basic document that you signed probably multiple times already? I don't know, right? And he even read it to him. You sign a pledge, right, to support. I mean, even if you didn't understand stood the document, right? You understood you already signed it. And this guy is telling you you signed it. And it's funny how a lot of these politicians, right, they don't believe in what they say. And this clearly says it because they signed something and they don't even believe in it.